Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Kindness in Action. And let's begin with the story for today.
The train screeched to a stop, lights flickering as commuters groaned and checked their phones. No one noticed the woman sliding down the seat, her face pale, her breath sharp and fast. No one, except a tired single dad standing nearby, holding a backpack that carried everything he owned and everything he loved. In that moment, a stranger's pain met a stranger's kindness, and nothing would ever be the same. He had no badge, no uniform, no plan. Just a steady heart, shaking hands, and a decision that would change two lives forever. If stories of kindness and unexpected miracles move you, please take a moment to subscribe, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments. You're watching Kindness Action, where everyday compassion creates extraordinary change. Marcus Reed hadn't planned on taking the subway that morning. He usually walked to his night shift at the warehouse, but rain poured like a warning from the sky, and his shoes were already worn thin. His 6-year-old daughter, Lily, had kissed his cheek before school and reminded him to be brave. He smiled at the memory as the train rattled underground. That's when he heard it, a soft cry, swallowed by the hum of the rails. A woman sat hunched over, one hand gripping the seat, the other pressed to her belly. Her dress was damp with sweat, her hair pulled back in a messy knot. Panic flickered in her eyes when their gazes met. I think the baby's coming," she whispered. People stared. Some stepped back. A man shook his head and moved cars. Someone yelled for the conductor. Time stretched thin. Marcus felt his pulse in his ears. He'd never delivered a baby. He'd barely held one since Lily was born, when his wife passed away shortly after childbirth. The memory stung, but it also grounded him. "Hey," Marcus said gently, kneeling in front of her. "You're not alone. I'm here." The train lurched again and stopped between stations. The intercom crackled with apologies. Marcus took a breath and remembered what the nurse once told him when Lily arrived early: "Stay calm, keep her breathing, trust your instincts." He asked her name. "Eleanor," she said, tears streaming. "Please don't let my baby. We've got this," Marcus said, surprising himself with the steadiness in his voice. With help from a few finally brave commuters, one offering a jacket, another calling 911, Marcus did what kindness asked of him. He spoke softly. He held her hand. He guided her breathing. Minutes felt like hours. And then, in the dim light of a stalled subway car, a baby cried, loud, alive. Perfect applause broke out. Someone sobbed. Marcus laughed through tears as he wrapped the newborn in a coat. Eleanor stared at her baby, stunned, whispering thank yous that sounded like prayers. Paramedics arrived and rushed Eleanor and the baby to the hospital. As they loaded her onto the stretcher, she grabbed Marcus's sleeve. "Please," she said. "What's your name, Marcus?" he replied. "Just, glad you're okay." At the hospital, Marcus waited until doctors assured him mother and baby were healthy. He slipped out quietly, not wanting attention. He still had a shift to work, rent to worry about, a daughter to pick up. Life didn't pause for miracles, not for people like him. Weeks passed. The video of the subway birth went viral, but Marcus never saw it. He didn't have time for screens. He had Lily's homework, late buses, and a second job cleaning offices. One evening, a letter arrived at his apartment, thick paper, elegant handwriting. "Dear Marcus," it began. "You saved my life and my son's. I don't know how to thank you, but I would like to try. Please allow me to meet you." It was signed, simply, Eleanor Hayes. At the cafe downtown, Marcus recognized her instantly, calmer now, radiant, a sleeping baby in her arms. She introduced her husband, Daniel Hayes. The name landed like thunder. Marcus froze. Everyone in the city knew the Hayes family. Tech giants. Philanthropists. Billionaires. Eleanor smiled, sensing his shock. "That day," she said softly, "none of that mattered. I wasn't a title. I was just a scared mom. And you were just kind." Daniel thanked Marcus, his voice thick with emotion. He explained how Eleanor had insisted they find him. How gratitude wasn't enough, action was required. They offered to help with Lily's education, to cover Marcus's debts, to open doors he'd never dreamed of knocking on. Marcus listened, overwhelmed. Then he shook his head. "I appreciate it," he said carefully. "But I didn't help for a reward. Eleanor reached across the table. I know, she said. That's why we want to help anyway. They didn't change Marcus overnight. They didn't erase his struggles. But they walked with him. Lily received a scholarship. Marcus trained for a better job with steady hours. And when he finally slept through the night, it wasn't worry that woke him, it was hope. Months later, Marcus stood in a park watching Lily push a stroller. Inside, a baby boy laughed, his tiny hand waving. Eleanor waved back from a bench, gratitude shining in her eyes. Kindness didn't ask who Marcus was, what he had, or what he'd lost. It asked him to show up. And because he did, a life was born, a family was lifted, and a reminder echoed through a city too busy to notice its own heart. You don't need wealth to change a life. You need courage, compassion, and a moment where you choose to care. Today, someone near you might need that choice. Be the reason a story like this begins. Spread kindness.